So for the Taoist Qigong and meditation practices, it's always important to warm up the body before we get in contact with the life force. And a great exercise for this is the shake. So we can let a shake happen in the body. Every time sinking through the legs and just bouncing. Letting our weight fall down to the earth. Really surrendering, really letting go. And it's as if we're bouncing on a trampoline. And we're bouncing in such a way that our arms are just moving by our sides, by themselves. We're not really making any movement of the arms. So we're going to do a little scan of the different parts of the body, and it's the invitation for you to feel for yourself what are the sensations in the different parts of the body that we're going to feel right now. And we can start by feeling how the feet feel on the earth. Feel this connection. And then we can do the same with our bottom legs. And it's the invitation to do a scan from the bottom to the top and then back again to really feel the whole leg. And we do the same thing with the upper legs. All the way from the knee to the hips and back, we're just doing a scan. Try and relax as much as possible during the shaking. You're really shaking something loose. And we feel into the area of the hips, from left to the right. You can even make circles around. You might feel this as the longer you shake, the more sensation you can get in the different parts of the body. And it's a Taoist saying that where attention goes, energy flows. And then we can feel into the bottom of the spine, which is our tailbone. And in the beginning it might be difficult to get a sensation of this area of the body, so you can place fingers on the tailbone. Just to make a connection. And then let go. And we do the same with the sacrum. If you can see my hand just above the tailbone. Bringing our breath our attention to this area of the body. And we will be working a lot with the sacrum. And then we bring one hand on the navel and one hand on the lower back, the point on the opposite side of the navel. And just bring your attention from one hand to the other and back, doing that scan again. While we're doing this shaking, you can also do some exercises to loosen up the body. It's like bringing the shoulders all the way up and just letting them fall down. And you can make a sigh with this. Bringing the shoulders all the way up, leaving them there, and then letting them drop down the back slowly. The shoulders hold so much tension. And then we can do a last bit of shaking and just feel all the different parts of the body at the same time. Making some deep sighs. Relaxing. And then we can slowly let the shaking stop. Just standing. Feeling all the joints that have just opened with the shaking. And as we feel into all the joints, the life force can flow there. So in the beginning, the Qigong practices, even the warm-ups, can feel quite uncomfortable. It's important that you avoid pain. A bit of discomfort is okay and it's normal, but when it gets painful, you just ease off. We're going to explore some more warm-up exercises. And we can start by making just some slight rotations in the right foot, the ankle of the right foot. And we turn the other side. And then we make rotations from the knee. And again we turn the other side. Make some rotations from the hip. And the other side. We do the same with the left foot. Make some rotations from the ankle. And we rotate the other way. Making the rotations from the knees. turning the other way. And then from the thighs. And then you can bring the feet parallel, shoulder width apart, and just make some rotations from the hips. 2 hands on the side of the hips. And our head stays centered. And we see how big we can make our rotations, our circles. It's okay if it feels a bit uncomfortable, but if you feel any pain, just ease off a little bit. Make the rotation smaller. And then we rotate the other way. And then we can bend through the knees. So we can put one hand now under the navel, one hand on the sacrum, and make rotations from the pelvis. Small circles, getting bigger. This is an area which doesn't get stretched very often, and it's the invitation to bring the breath, breathing all the way down into the pelvis. And we rotate the other way. And then we can stand for a minute in our structure. Hands on the belly, breathing into the belly. And just relaxing. Counting the blessings. Feeling into the openings of the body. And it's the invitation that in between the exercises we just take a moment to feel what the exercises have done with us and to come back to our center, come back to our feeling in the Dantian, because the Dantian is a place where our energy can be stored safely. When we store the energy, when the energy is too much in the heart, we can feel overly emotional. When it's stuck in the head, we can be thinking a lot. But when we keep feeling into the belly, gathering the energy in the belly, this is a safe place for it. So we're going to do a little stretch. It's called opening the door of life. The door of life is the point on the opposite side of the navel. It is a point which energetically nourishes our kidneys, and the kidneys are important for our Taoist Qigong practice because the kidneys are like our batteries which actually nourish the body with life force. So we're going to start by just feeling the connection with the earth and slowly bringing our hands up along front of the body, and it can help to look at a certain part to keep balance, and we just come onto the tips of the toes, stretching all the way up and coming back flat of our foot and coming down along the front with a straight back, feeling into this area, the door of life. And then we come all the way forward, bend all the way forward. The legs are straight. The arms just hang loosely. Our neck hangs loosely. And we just relax here for a second. And we bend the knees a little bit. We come back up. And we do the whole cycle again. The arms come up along the front, stretching all the way up. And we come along the front, down, and we hang here. And we do the same thing, coming up gently, the hands coming up, stretching all the way up. And the hands come down, bend along the front, legs straight. Slowly we come up. Feel into the body. And we can come into a little bit of a wider stance. The feet come a bit more space out of each other. And we can bring our arms up again and then make a rotation from the hips to the left side. We can do the windmill. You're just coming down by the left side until we come down to the center and we come up along the right side. And making the rotation of the hips to the right. And we stay with the rotation to the right and we stretch. We stretch up. And then we come back rotating to the left side and we make another rotation. Coming with the hips turned to the right, stretching up. And we do the same one more time. Turning to the left, feeling into the body, everything that's opening. Breathing into any places which feel tense. And then we rotate to the right side and rotate in the other direction. So we come down along the right side, coming up on the left. And then we stay rotated. The hips turn to the left, stretching. And we do the same. Deep breaths all the way down into the belly, pushing down into the pelvis. And we turn again to the right. And coming up along the left side. Stretching. And the feet can come back closer, shoulder width apart. So a very important practice which we will integrate in our Taoist Qigong practice is finding our structure. And during these videos I will remind you to sit in your structure. It's also called rooting. Because what we will feel is that when we combine a certain few steps, we can really stand in such a way that we can let all our weight sink down into the earth without feeling tired. And we can feel the energy of the earth. We can connect into the earth. That's why we call it rooting. So as a first step, we can bring our feet shoulder width apart, parallel. You can even bring the toes inwards slightly, because we're going to make a rotation from the legs, and when we make the rotation, the feet will come parallel. And so the weight is evenly distributed on the foot, but really the center point of the weight is coming through the center of your foot. And so we unlock the legs. And we make a slight rotation from the thigh bones, from the legs, rotating outwardly. So if you look at my hands, you can really see the movement outwardly. And we can maintain this rotation and integrate the third step, which is bringing the sacrum forward. We bring our sacrum forward, and then we sit, bending our knees, letting our weight sink down to the earth. And if you integrate all these steps together, you will really feel that you can let your weight sink down to the earth, but you won't fall down. And this is another word for this, is finding our seat. Because you're literally finding a seat. You're sitting, but you're not really sitting. And see what happens when you undo the rotation in the thigh bones. You'll simply collapse. So we can do a little exercise of feeling the difference when we rotate the thighs and when we don't rotate the thighs, and feel the difference in that structure. So we can maintain this structure, maybe come out of it for a second, and we can do the steps again. So we unlock the legs, our weight is coming through the center of our foot. It's just like our legs are screws that are screwing into the ground through the center of the foot. We bring the sacrum forward. We maintain this rotation in the thigh bones. from the thigh bones, and we sink. We feel the connection with the earth. And we can move the front of the body, the top of the body around, and with this structure and we can feel how it feels when we unlock the structure. We feel that we're not really in a solid structure. So we're going to do an exercise now to activate our life force. It's called abdominal breathing. It's also known as energizer breathing or fire breathing. And it's called fire breathing because literally with the movements of the breath, it's almost like we're waking up a fire. And it's important with this exercise that really the movement of the breath comes from the belly. And we're going to make some faster than normal breathing patterns, like this. And you can put one hand on the belly just to get a sensation of this. Every time you breathe out, your belly should come inwards. So you're really pushing out the breath with your belly. It's really a muscle that we're gonna have to train because we're not used to using this. And we're not breathing from the nose. So you can use the image of a vacuum cleaner. Really the power is coming from the belly, not from the nose. And so we're going to stand in our structure, one hand on the belly, and we're just going to do the breathing 15 times. Just so that we get a feel for it. So you just follow me. And when you've done it 15 times, you just relax. It can be that you feel slightly dizzy when the first time you do this, but it's something that you have to practice. And the more you practice, the more breathing you can do, and the more you will actually get this sensation of energy in your belly. So we'll do another round together. "15 times. And just taking a break in between, coming back to getting a sensation for this center that you have, the dantian. And we'll do another round together. Taking some deep breaths in between. And it can be that you feel a sensation of warmth in the belly. And this is an indication that some life force has been activated. Alright, so with all these warm-up exercises, we've really allowed the body to open up to the life force. The blood is circulating better through the body. The more the blood circulates through the body, the more we can feel in the different parts of the body. And the more we can feel into the different parts of the body, the more life force can flow there. So we're going to try a little exercise to get in touch with this life force. So we can bring out our left hand and just feel as if feathers gently stroking along the hand, along each finger, starting with the thumb, gently feather brushing up and down the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and our pinky finger. And then the whole hand, all the fingers together, from the tips of the fingers to the bottom of the hand. Maybe you get a slight tingling sensation in the hands. We do the same with the right hand. You can keep the left hand up. So we're feeling in the thumb, from the tip of the thumb to the base of the thumb, as if a feather is gently stroking it. We do the same with the index finger. Middle finger. The ring finger. And the pinky finger. And now all the fingers together, from the tips to the base. And you can bring your hands together in front of you as if you're holding up a ball. And the ball is quite heavy. And you slowly bring your hands closer and further apart from each other. And you might feel a slight magnetic force. So we're breathing deep into the belly. We're following the natural rhythm of the breath. Just letting it happen by itself. And on every in-breath, we're shifting our weight to the front of the foot, and with every out-breath, to the back. It's as if we're a piece of seaweed that's being taken back and forth at the bottom of the ocean. And just like we felt this ball of energy in our hands, we're going to see if we can feel the same in our belly. And so we're going to make a connection with the palms of the hands, with the center, the core of our belly, and make slight movements as if there's a ball coming from the center of our belly and getting bigger with the in-breath and coming back to the center on the out-breath. And you don't need to go all the way to the front of the foot or the back. Just see how far. A little bit is already enough, because it can be that you lose your balance. So you feel an energy ball expanding on the in-breath, contracting on the out-breath. Following the natural rhythm of your breath. Let yourself be inspired by the sounds of the water, gently rocking back and forth. Really feeling this energy coming all the way to the palms of the hands on the in-breath, and really contracting back on the out-breath. For these Qigong exercises to work, we really need to take the time. Also take the time for it to become natural, to get into the flow. In the beginning it could be difficult, all these different steps. But the more and more you practice, every day, every week, it just becomes easier and easier. becoming more and more relaxed. Breathing all the way down into the belly. Every time just letting your weight sink down into your structure, into the earth. We'll do the exercise 3 more times. And then just hold the hands on the belly. Standing still. And maybe you still feel this movement of this ball expanding and contracting. And just let it happen. So an important practice of the Taoist Qigong and meditation exercises is the inner smile. And the inner smile is something that we can do during our Qigong practice, but it's also something that we do while sitting down and while meditating. So we're going to start by just sitting on a chair or a seat or a bench, just sitting in such a way that your back is straight. You can let all your weight sink down to the earth. You feel your legs relaxing, feeling your shoulders relaxing. And you can connect your palms together or sit with hands connected like a prayer, or just place your hands on your knees, whatever feels comfortable for you. Just feeling into the body, feeling into any places that are maybe still tense. Just letting your weight sink down to the earth, relaxing, surrendering. Just letting the breath happen by itself, deep in the belly. We're going to feel into the point between the eyebrows, and we can just tap it a little bit with our fingertips. Bringing our awareness to this point. And then you can relax. Feel into this point and feel it relaxing. Feel your eyes and let your eyes relax. Let them sink down into your head. Relaxing your cheeks. And you can think about a person or a pet or a beautiful place in nature which brings you a feeling of love and appreciation. And you can visualize this person, this pet, this place right in front of you as if it's really there. And it gives you such a feeling of love and appreciation that a smile arises on your face. And you can send a smile back to this memory, to this person, this pet or this place. Feeling that love. And you can feel that love emanating from the area of your heart. Smiling into your heart. From our heart, we bring our attention to the lungs. And we can put our hands on the lungs. First feeling how it feels in our left lung. And we can do a scan. From the bottom to the top, to the left of the right, of the left lung. We do the same with the right lung. And we bring that loving energy with a smile to the lungs, both of them. And for the Taoists, the lungs are associated with the positive qualities of courage and righteousness. And we can really generate this positive emotion in ourselves. So for yourself, make an affirmation for yourself. Tell yourself, I feel courage, I feel righteous, and feel this coming from the space of your lungs. Smiling there. From the sensation in the lungs, we move our sensation to the kidneys. The kidneys are on the lower back. You can put your hands on the kidneys, over the kidneys. Feeling into the left kidney. Up, down, left, right. Into the right kidney. kidneys are overstressed and overworked, we can feel fear. And send a smile down to the kidneys. When the kidneys are relaxed, in balance, we have the opportunity to feel gentle, calm, relaxed. So send love to the kidneys by smiling and feeling in the kidneys at the same time. And again, make an affirmation for yourself and really feel it in your body. I feel gentle. I feel calm. I feel relaxed. And from our kidneys we bring the sensation to the liver. Liver is a big organ that stretches all the way from the right side down under to the left side. When the liver is out of balance, you can feel angry. Just feel into the liver. Maybe you can get in touch with this anger. And you bring a smile to the liver to bring it new energy. When the liver is in balance, we feel a sensation of openness, of kindness. Generosity. Allow yourself to feel this. Smile to your liver and feel in yourself, I feel kind. I feel generous. From the liver we move with our sensation to the heart. Smiling to the heart. And when our heart is blocked, we can feel cruel, hateful. So bring a gentle smile to your heart. Fills with energy. When it comes back into balance, you feel love, appreciation, and playfulness like a child. And feel in yourself, I feel love. I feel appreciation for myself. I feel playful. From our heart, we move to the spleen. It's on the left side of the body. Really on the side. Put our hands here. Feel into this area. And when the spleen is not in a state of balance, you can feel anxiety, unable to trust. So we can bring the breath into the spleen. Bring a smile. And feel in yourself, from your spleen, I feel trust. Gathering all the energy in the belly. And we can help this by making circles in the belly, over the belly, physical movements. In one direction, following the physical movements, the sensation under your hands in the belly. And then rotating the other way. Just like you're digesting all different ingredients. And then just relaxing. Enjoying a new state of balance, a new state of harmony.